Well, hello everybody. Welcome back to the Bison Workshop. I'm Bob, and we're having our Trump coffee today. It's finally 80 degrees, and Bison Workshop has decided to just go on and bite the bullet and start doing gun reviews, air rifle reviews. And in doing so, it's only going to be air rifles that I have, unless somebody was to send me a rifle to review for them. That's the only rifles I have to my disposal to do reviews on. Now, I've never done a gun review. I mean, I've showed unboxings, but I went back, if everybody has been paying attention, and deleted all my air rifle videos simply because I felt that I wasn't getting what I deserved out of my videos. Well, a good buddy of mine, Dave, over at Dave Knows How, explained to me how that monetization works. I didn't realize how it worked. I thought that they were not paying me for my videos, and that wasn't the case. So even though that it's not fully monetized, that doesn't mean that I'm not getting paid for the ad revenue on it. It just means that there's limited people who are interested in putting their ads on that particular video. That's not a big deal. So I've decided to go ahead and re-upload some of my air rifle videos, and hopefully we won't have any hiccups anymore. Now, I've got a new rifle, and it is a 357. It's a AEA Challenger in 357 cal. And I did some shooting with it yesterday, and this gun is stock. I've done no modifications to it except for to put a barrel band on it. And let's show that gun. Don't forget to be having your Trump coffee while you're talking to me, or while I'm talking to you. Alright, so here's the rifle that I got. I think I paid $400 for it. I'll put that down here below if I'm wrong. And straight out of the box, I was kind of disappointed. In the picture, and I'll show you that right now. The stock right here has humps in it going all the way up the line. That was the selling point for me on this rifle. When I seen that picture, I assumed that that was what I was getting. Yes, that's a preference thing. It has nothing to do with the way the gun shoots. But I'll get used to this. It is a heavy gun, and we'll get to the technical part here in a bit after we get finished talking about this gun. Now, first of all, it's got a rubber butt pad, and it is glued on. because I see no screws whatsoever in this thing. So it's a glued on with a piece of white Delron or plastic in the middle of it. And I kind of like that. Got the Monte Carlo cheek rest. Comes to a point, not a circle. It fits the hand pretty good. It's a little heavy right here in the middle on your grip. And your safety is right here. Now this is a ambidextrous safety. This here can be taken out if you're a right-hand shooter and you just take and unscrew that, screw it in the other side, and you have the other side where you can use your safety. But I have mine on the left because my left hand is my trigger hand, but I'm right-handed. Alright, then we've got a bolt action breech, and I'm telling you what, that thing is hard to pull. It is getting a little easier, but not much, and it takes 2 men and a baby to pull it back. Alright, the reason I cocked that is because I wanted to show you this. It's got a magnetic piece in here and a ball detent that pushes down that holds your clip. It does come, this particular gun came with 1 clip or magazine. If anybody wants to correct me, you can go on and get the hell out of here. If I want to call it a clip, I'll call it a clip. If I want to call it a magazine, I'll call it a magazine. If I want to call it a MIP, I'll call it a MIP. But anyway, I went, and it didn't come with a shot tray, single shot tray, so I went and 3D printed a single shot tray for this rifle, and it fits pretty tight in there. Now, when I 3D printed this, I used my gun as the template, test subject. So it fits my gun really good. Now, my buddy, who's getting ready to start him a airgun channel, he has the 30 cal in this rifle, and we thought that the breech was going to be the exact same size from the back of the breech hole to the front of the breech hole. Well, these shot trays fit really loosely inside his gun, but they fit snug inside mine. Now, it's not really that big a deal. It is, but it ain't. The reason I say that is because once you got your bolt in place, that shot tray is not going to come out. It's pretty much locked in place. But that just means that when I 3D print them, the 357 is going to be different than the 30 cal. So we got a new shot tray that I've 3D printed for it. Right now we've got a I think it's a Westlake. Yeah, Westlake 6x24x50 AOEG scope with a sunshade. And then you've got your shroud that goes up here. Now some of these don't have a shroud. I have made a barrel band for it to fit this to accommodate for the droop, because when I got this here shroud was actually down touching the tank, so we couldn't have that. So now the distance between in here and here is exactly the same. All right. Now, I haven't drilled any holes in it yet. I wanted to test it before I drilled the holes, and yes, they need the holes drilled in it to allow that gas to go back through here. Now, they've got a stripper in here that just threads on the end of your barrel, and it's right about just a little, right there, almost even with the end of your tank cap, and it's got holes through it. So the stripper really isn't doing a whole lot. What's happening is you got a set of cones, metal cones, and they're aluminum cones in here, and we'll get to that later anyway. I got to pull my barrel band off to do that, because they're hard to get out. You have to pull the shroud off and push them out. So when this thing shoots, the air goes through here, back through the stripper, goes back through the shroud, and then it has to have some place to go. So basically what it's doing is bouncing right back up into the suppressor, and it has no choice but to either go back into the barrel or go out behind the pellet. So the air is going in two different directions. So if we drill a hole in the end of this, the air that goes through this and comes back through here is going to exit out here in the back and should do a whole lot better. Now you can take this off, and I have a barrel band for the one that does not have the shroud. So it's just a little different. Right now they're 3D printing. I've already sold one. I had a guy ask me to make one for him, so I just took my shroud off and made him one. So I've already sold one. You can put a aftermarket suppressor on this and not use the shroud. The only thing is, I think it's 1/2 inch by 24, not 1/2 inch 20. So my suppressors are not going to fit on this unless I make them that way, and I'm not real sure I want to have 2 or 3 different thread types on my suppressors. So we're probably not going to do that. It is loud. When you shoot it, it's got a springy sound to it. I hate a springy sounding gun. I like to hear that psh. I don't want to hear that toing, and that's what it does. It's got a boing sound to it. I know it don't sound right, but that's exactly what it does. It's god awful. I hate it. It's got a 2-stage adjustable trigger. I'm almost certain of that. Actually, maybe not. I'm not sure. I thought it said it had, in the directions, that it had a 2-stage adjustable trigger. I'm not seeing no adjuster, so I may be wrong. If I am wrong, you'll see it down here below that I'm either right or wrong. This gun is not regulated, and this one does not have the adjuster right here for power. This one is full powered, so you're getting a full power shot on every shot unless your tank is low. Like I said, it comes with a CNC aluminum magazine. I wish it would have came with 2 instead of 1. No one in their right mind is going to want a gun with only 1 clip. And yeah, I know people are trying to save money, but your customer's happiness is worth more than skimping on a magazine. Alright, so I don't have no pellets for mine right now. I had to order some pellets simply because all the pellets that I bought from Pyramid Air or slugs are the hollow points, 115 grain, and they're too long to fit in my clip. So you have to actually use short slugs. So in order for me to shoot this, I'm gonna have to use the single shot tray, and that's why I made that single shot tray, simply because I had to have a way to load it. I could have loaded it another way, but I like to lay it down in there and have it go up in there like it should go. So right now I have to do the single shot tray. Here is my new box, guys. We decided to go ahead and put the caliber of whatever this box is. The 50 cal says 50 cal on it, and that's how many we shot yesterday. Shot all them. And I have added a Picatinny rail on the bottom of it. I took the stock off of it and took it out to the shop, and we set it in the mill with the top of the stock laying in the vise, and then we milled across there to add a Picatinny rail. And because it didn't have a sling stud, we added a sling stud to it also. So this is the look. It don't look bad. I wish I could have found some stain that was a little closer to this, but you can't really tell it. So it's not bad. I did, however, find out that these stocks are not uniform. They're not the same. I added a sling stud to the back, and then let's put my bipod back on it so I can set it up here. I hear somebody chainsawing today. It's a nice enough day to do it. Alright, then you have your fill probe cap, and it uses the fill probe, not the quick disconnect. Alright, another thing that I would like to bring up is right underneath here, in between the breech and the tank, every time you shoot it, air comes out of this down here in the bottom. That's not right. It shouldn't be doing that. I got a piece of paper or something stuck in there. And you can feel the air when you're shooting coming out of there. So I'm not sure if that's a transfer port seal that's not working correct or has been broke. That bug got in my way. We'll see. I was getting, see, 940 feet per second, I believe. But we'll get into that later on. We're not going to do the shooting test in this video because it's already gotten too long. I just want to kind of go over this gun and tell you what I liked and what I didn't like. I'm not real sure about this shroud. It almost looks better without the shroud. The only downfall of taking the shroud off is you've got to change your threads on your suppressor. And I don't really want to do that. Plus this one's a 357, and I don't make 357 suppressors yet. I can only imagine how much filament that's going to use. On the safety, forward is fire and backward is safe. And there's an easy way to remember that. If you're going to fire your weapon and you know which way that pellet's going, right? It's going forward. So that means your safety needs to be forward. If you're not going to shoot it, it's in the back. You can pretend like the pellet's backwards. So naturally, if it's backwards, you go back with it. You cannot set this unless it's cocked. See, I'm pulling it right now. I cannot push the safety back. I don't like that either. I should be able to put that safety back no matter whether it's cocked or not. That way, when you do cock it, you don't hit the trigger. In order to do this, you have to cock it, then put the safety on. I like putting the safety on before I cock it. So the only way to get that safety to go back is to cock it, pull it back. It ain't gonna fire now. So that's not good. So anytime you need to decock it, here's how you do it. Pull that back, you've got it cocked. Let's say you decide you don't want to shoot it now. Take that bolt, hold it back, pull your trigger, and then you can let it go slowly. Alright, and as you see, I can't get the safety on now. The safety is a little stiff, and I've sprayed WD-40 down in it, around the trigger, and down in around the bolt, to try to free up the bolt somewhat. There is a set screw right here on the top of the bolt that you can set down to take up any slack that's in it. And this one here had a little bit too hard against the bolt. It didn't free it up much, but it was noticeable. Because that thing is really stiff. I mean, really stiff. You better be a big old stout man or woman to want to pull this back. Otherwise, go find you another person and a baby to help you. So that's gonna be it for this rifle and the update on the Bison workshop and what we're going to be doing from now on. So we're just going to go ahead and continue with airgun videos and see where it takes the Bison workshop. So don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe. Well, before I go, I do have my own website now. I am back on eBay. Believe me, I did not want to be on eBay. And when somebody don't have my back, I don't like giving them any money. But until my website gets up and running and I start getting good sales on it, I've had it up for 2 weeks and I have had only 3 sales. And thank you guys, whoever you are that bought from my site. Thank you very much. It helps out the shop to be able to bring you more videos in the future. I'll put the link to my website because you can get them on either one. You can get more off the website than you can off of eBay. So I'll just put the link to my website in the description, and you can see all the stuff that I have there for sale for air rifles, and I'm adding more as I go. Right now I'm playing catch up. After I get done with this, I gotta go and drill and tap 12 more bosses for the Air Ventura Avenger. So again, don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe. You guys have a good one. Later.